Hello, my name is Hayden, and this is my game, The Purranormal. Get it? Purranormal instead of paranormal, since our character is a cat. This game was made in Unreal Engine 5 and inspired by both retro games and modern games of today. So the goal of this game is to blast our way through hordes of ghosts and unlock the door to the manor. The manor, including all the other models such as the trees and the gravestones, were all modeled in Blender and exported straight to Unreal Engine 5. So to be careful with the ghosts, because they can pop out of nearly nowhere. And keep your eyes peeled. Use the right mouse button to shoot the ghosts. And be careful, you have a limited amount of ammo. It's quite a bit, but it can run out very quickly if you're not careful. And once you run out of ammo, you have to hold down the left mouse button to reload. Let's demonstrate the reloading animation. All of the characters and animations were all drawn in Procreate, then exported to Unreal Engine 5, where I edited the animations to flow well together. And through complex coding, I was able to make the gun green if you have a decent amount of ammo, and red when you're running low. The map is designed to be open, so it feels more immersive and real, while it's still on a linear path. Everything, including the ground and trails, were also drawn in Procreate and then rendered within Unreal Engine 5. The gameplay was inspired by the exploration mechanics of Luigi's Mansion, as well as the aesthetic of Luigi's Mansion. And the gameplay is also inspired by old retro shooter games such as Doom. As you can see here, I've combined 2D sprites and 3D models to create garden beds. And I programmed them specifically so that each row of plants is unique, and none of the garden beds feel like carbon copies of each other. For example, there may be garden beds purely full of flowers, some may just be generic plants, and maybe a mixture of plants and clovers. This is to bring a more unique look to my world. And here you can see a blue ghost that can shoot energy orbs at you. Or could, I guess. The energy orbs themselves have yet to be rendered to look like, energy orbs are just these white spheres. And this ghost is to bring more diversity and challenge to the game's world, rather than just a red ghost that simply run at you. Of course, nothing can really damage you yet, but for the sake of a prototype, I feel that this is a representation of what the game could look like if it were to be something official. Unlike the sprites and the 3D models of the house, garden, gravestones, etc., the actual open world was created within Unreal Engine using the landscape tool, which allows me to create expansive map and add hills and mountains to the landscape, which will create this whole massive open landscape for the player to explore, run through, and fight enemies in to help create a more immersive experience, which is a core element of the first-person shooter genre. I've also used various lighting techniques to feel more immersive, such as the fire from the gun, the glowing of the ghosts, and the glow of the torch lights that I'm coming up to. And up next you'll see the key that's used to unlock the manor back at the start. What happens when you collect a key? The door closes behind you. The only way out is through the maze. This maze itself was actually made within Blender. And it was a challenge to import this, and certain collisions would not work, so I actually imported the model itself without collisions, and then I created the collisions within Unreal Engine, so your character does not like run straight through walls, or the character doesn't sort of clip halfway through a wall. So you're able to get through the maze and not have the ability to walk through everything. Also, torch lights and ghosts, so it doesn't feel completely empty. And the torch lights are there to help you so you don't get outright lost in the maze, which can be actually pretty large. And just when you think you're safe, there's a ghost waiting for you, the last ghost of the level. Of course, there are other branching paths to this game, however, it all culminates to that maze, which serves as the final challenge of the game, or this level per se. And what do you do to get back? You jump off the ledge. And that is my progress on my own game, the Purranormal. If you have any feedback, please let me know.